You have spent hundreds, maybe thousands, trying to stop your dog from scratching. Medicated shampoos that did not work. Prescription pills that helped for a while, then stopped. Expensive vet visits that ended with no real answer. And every single month your dog is still scratching, still chewing his paws, still miserable. What if I told you a $2 kitchen Spice outperformed prescription allergy drugs in a published veterinary study, and that the reason your vet never mentioned it has nothing to do with science? It has everything to do with who owns your vet clinic now, because the veterinarian you trust may no longer work for themselves. Stay with me. What you are about to learn could save you thousands and end your dog's suffering. If your dog has been dealing with chronic itching, you know the cycle better than anyone. It starts with scratching that will not stop. Then the paw licking, the head shaking, the red belly. You take him to the vet. They run tests. They say allergies. They prescribe a pill, usually something called Apoquel. It costs $2 to $3 per tablet. Your dog takes it every single day. That is $100 to $200 to $2,400 per year just for one medication, and for a few weeks it works. Your dog stops scratching, you feel relieved. Then the itching comes back, sometimes worse than before. So you go back to the vet, more tests. Another $300 visit. Maybe they switch to cytopoint injections. That is $100 to $300 per shot, every 4 to 8 weeks. The bills pile up. You start making choices no pet owner should have to make. Do I pay for his treatment, or do I pay my electric bill this month? 52% of dog owners in America have delayed or refused veterinary treatment because of cost. That is not a small number. That is more than half of us. And 73% of those owners said their vet never offered a cheaper alternative. Not once. If that makes you angry, it should. Because alternatives exist. And the science behind them is solid. The compound I am going to tell you about is called curcumin. It comes from turmeric, the bright yellow root that has been used in cooking and medicine for thousands of years. Turmeric has been documented in Ayurvedic medicine since at least 2500 BC. That is over 4,500 years of continuous use for inflammation, skin conditions, wounds, and pain. The ancient Sanskrit texts contain over 100 different names for this one plant. One of those names translates to one who is victorious over diseases. But this is not ancient history. This is modern science. As of 2023, over 41,000 scientific papers have been published on curcumin and turmeric. That makes it one of the most researched natural compounds in the history of medicine. Researchers at universities around the world have studied it for cancer, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, and brain health. And in 2021, a team of veterinary scientists decided to answer the question every dog owner should be asking. Does this actually work for dogs with skin allergies? The answer changed everything I thought I knew about treating itchy dogs, and nobody in the pet industry wanted you to hear it. The study was published in the Veterinary Journal of Mehmet Akif Ersoy University in 2021. Researchers recruited 26 dogs diagnosed with atopic dermatitis. These dogs had never been treated with any medication before. Half the dogs received a combination of curcumin and silymarin, which is a compound from milk thistle. The other half received a placebo. Every single day, both the owners and the veterinarians measured itching on a standardized scale from 0 to 10. 0 means no itching at all. 10 means constant, unbearable scratching. At the start, both groups averaged a score near 7. That is severe itching. After just 3 days, the curcumin group was already showing significantly less itching than the placebo group. By day 7, the curcumin dogs had dropped to less than 1, from constant scratching to essentially normal in one single week. The placebo group showed almost no improvement. Now let me explain what curcumin actually does inside your dog's body. When your dog encounters an allergen, whether it is pollen, dust mites, or something in his food, his immune system overreacts. It releases inflammatory compounds called cytokines. These cytokines trigger a chain reaction of redness, swelling, and that relentless itch. Curcumin blocks two key enzymes in that chain. They are called KOX2 and LOX. These are the same enzymes that drugs like ibuprofen target in humans. But curcumin also does something most drugs cannot. It stabilizes the mast cells that release histamine in the first place, stopping the allergic reaction closer to its source. A separate review published in 2023 in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences confirmed these findings. The researchers found that curcumin significantly reduces IgE and IgG1 antibodies. Those are the specific molecules that drive allergic reactions in dogs. A second clinical trial showed that a diet enriched with curcumin and omega-3 fatty acids reduced itching by 46% in 60 days. That study was randomized, double-blind, and placebo-controlled, the gold standard of evidence. Now, I need to be honest with you about something. Curcumin is not a miracle solution. It will not work for every single dog. If your dog has a bacterial infection, a deep fungal problem, or open wounds that are getting worse, you need your veterinarian. This is not about replacing your vet. Your vet is essential for diagnosis and emergencies, but for the chronic recurring low-grade itching that millions of dogs suffer from every day, the evidence says this helps. So if the science is this clear, why has your vet never told you about a $2 powder? To answer that, you need to understand what has happened to veterinary medicine in the last 15 years. In 2017, Mars Incorporated bought VCA Animal Hospitals for $9.1 billion. Mars is the company behind M&M's, Snickers, and Twix. But Mars is also the company behind Pedigree, Royal Canin, Banfield Pet Hospital, and Blue Pearl Emergency Vets. One corporation now owns the dog food, the prescription diet, and over 1,000 veterinary clinics that recommend them. Let that sink in. The company selling the food is the same company running the clinic that tells you which food to buy. And Mars is just the biggest player. There are now over 35 private equity-backed companies buying up independent vet clinics across America. Before 2010, nearly every vet clinic in this country was owned by the veterinarian you visited. That local vet who knew your dog by name, who gave you honest advice, who worked for you, not for shareholders. Today, a growing number of those clinics have been quietly acquired by billion-dollar corporations. Many do not even change the name on the building. A CBC News investigation found that one vet clinic had 5 price increases in a single year after being acquired by a corporate consolidator. Each increase was 3 to 6%. No explanation was given to staff. The employee who reported it said the reason was obvious. It was just a drive for revenue. What I just showed you is one condition and one solution. But itching is just the surface of what has been hidden from pet owners for decades. Inside the Complete Pet Health Vault, you will find 47 science-backed protocols. How to manage anxiety without daily medication. How to support aging joints without $150 per month prescriptions. How to keep teeth clean without the $1,500 dental procedure. Each protocol uses ingredients from your grocery store or pharmacy for a few dollars. The link is right below this video in the description. It costs less than a single vet visit, one purchase, yours forever. Now stay with me because the full step-by-step recipe is coming next. Before I give you the recipe, I want you to understand exactly what you are replacing. The drug most vets prescribe for itching is called Apoquel. It is made by Zoetis. In 2025, Zoetis reported total revenue of $9.5 billion. Their dermatology products, Apoquel and Cytopoint, generated $1.74 billion of that. Apoquel is classified as a JK inhibitor. It works by suppressing parts of your dog's immune system. Specifically, it blocks proteins called JAK1 and JAK3. JAK1 is responsible for finding and destroying abnormal cells before they become tumors. JAK3 helps your dog's antibodies and killer T cells work properly. When you suppress these proteins, the itching stops. But so does your dog's ability to fight certain threats. In Zoetis' own safety studies, new tumors were observed in dogs taking Apoquel. Their own product label states that Apoquel may worsen pre-existing cancers. In 2018, the FDA sent Zoetis an official warning letter. The FDA told Zoetis their advertising made false or misleading claims about Apoquel's safety. They were using a short-term 28-day study to call the drug safe, when longer studies showed more serious problems. I am not telling you to throw away your dog's medication today. If Apoquel is keeping your dog comfortable right now, that is a conversation between you and your vet. But you deserve to know what is in the fine print. And you deserve to know that a $2 alternative with published evidence exists. Here's the uncomfortable math. If your dog takes Apoquel every day at $2.50 per pill, that is $912 per year. If your dog takes it for 5 years, that is $4,560 from one dog. Multiply that by millions of itchy dogs across America, and you get $1.74 billion in annual revenue. Now compare that to turmeric. A jar of organic turmeric powder costs $2 to $5 and lasts a month or more. There is no prescription needed, no recurring billing, no monthly refills, no shareholder report that shows turmeric as a key growth driver. A pharmaceutical company does not build a $9.5 billion business by telling you about $2 solutions. Your individual vet may be a wonderful, caring professional, but your vet operates inside a system that rewards recurring treatment, not prevention. And that system was not built to serve your dog. It was built to serve investors. Here is exactly what to do, starting today. You are going to make something called golden paste. It takes 15 minutes to prepare and lasts 2 weeks in the refrigerator. You will need 3 ingredients. First, organic turmeric powder. You can find this at any grocery store for about $2. Second, coconut oil or olive oil. You likely already have one of these at home. Third, ground black pepper. This ingredient is the key that makes everything work. Here is why black pepper matters. On its own, curcumin has very poor absorption. Your dog's body will pass most of it without using it. But black pepper contains a compound called piperine. Piperine increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That is not a typo. 2,000%. Without black pepper, you are wasting your turmeric. With it, the curcumin actually reaches your dog's bloodstream. Now, here is the recipe. Put half a cup of turmeric powder in a small pan with 1 cup of water. Stir constantly on low heat for 7 to 10 minutes until it forms a thick, smooth paste. Remove from heat. Add 1½ teaspoons of ground black pepper. Add 1/4 cup of coconut oil or olive oil. Stir everything together until fully combined. Let it cool, then transfer to a glass jar with a lid. Store in the refrigerator. It stays good for about 2 weeks. For dosage, you want to start slow and build up over about 5 days. This gives your dog's digestive system time to adjust. Small dogs, under 20 pounds, start with 1/4 teaspoon once per day. Medium dogs, 20 to 50 pounds, start with ½ teaspoon once per day. Large dogs, over 50 pounds, start with 3/4 teaspoon once per day. After 5 days with no digestive upset, you can increase to twice per day for dogs with moderate to severe itching. Always mix it into your dog's food, ideally a meal that contains some fat. Fat helps your dog absorb the curcumin even more effectively alongside the piperine. Most owners report noticeable improvement within 5 to 10 days. Full results typically show within 2 to 4 weeks of consistent daily use. If you do not see improvement after 3 weeks, your dog may have an underlying infection or a different type of allergy that needs veterinary attention. This is important. Turmeric helps manage inflammatory allergies. It does not treat bacterial infections, fungal problems, or parasites. If your dog's skin is oozing, has a strong odor, or the condition is spreading rapidly, see your vet. Now for extra relief, especially on hot spots, red patches, or raw skin from scratching, you can also use a topical paste. Take 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder and mix it with enough coconut oil to form a thick paste. Apply directly to the irritated area with your fingers or a soft cloth. Let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes. Then rinse gently with lukewarm water. One warning: turmeric stains everything it touches: your hands, towels, and light-colored fur. Use an old towel and wear gloves if you prefer. The staining on fur fades within a few days. You can apply this topical paste once a day on active hot spots while also giving the golden paste orally. The oral paste works from the inside, reducing systemic inflammation. The topical paste works from the outside, soothing the skin directly. Together, they address the problem from both directions. Now here are the safety rules. Do not give turmeric to dogs on blood-thinning medication. Curcumin has natural blood-thinning properties. Do not give it to dogs with gallbladder disease or bile duct obstruction. If your dog is pregnant or nursing, consult your vet first. And if your dog is currently on Apoquel or any other medication, do not stop that medication without talking to your vet. Let me put everything together for you. For over 4,500 years, this golden root has been used to heal inflammation across civilizations. In 2021, veterinary scientists proved it works on dogs with skin allergies. Itching scores went from severe to normal in 7 days. The recipe takes 15 minutes. The ingredients cost $2 to $5. Meanwhile, the biggest animal pharmaceutical company in the world made $1.74 billion last year from your dog's itching. And corporations are quietly buying your local vet clinic to keep that revenue flowing. Now you know. And knowledge is the one thing they cannot take back. If this video helped you, share it with one other dog owner who is struggling, because they deserve to know this too. The Complete Pet Health Vault has every protocol I could not fit into this video. 47 conditions, science behind every one, ingredients under $5. The link is in the description below. One purchase, yours forever. Subscribe to this channel. Every week we open another vault. Your dog depends on you for everything. Now you finally have the knowledge to give him what he deserves.